There are some things you are to give up if you're going to succeed in any endeavor that you want to succeed in. It could be one thing, it could be several things. We've all heard the phrase, never give up. Never give up. And I agree 100% with that. But have you also considered the flip side of that? That you are to give up. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. There are some things you are to give up if you're going to succeed in any endeavor that you want to succeed in. It could be one thing, it could be several things. But we have one chance, generally speaking, we have one opportunity at this life. So what decisions we make to surrender to submit to, and the things we choose to give up are going to be key determining factors on whether or not we fail or succeed in life. So let's get into this. Persistence is powerful, but only when pursuing the right thing. So don't confuse stubbornness with faithfulness. Don't be stubborn, meaning if you're going the wrong way, or you're on the right path, but you're not faithful or committed to it like you should be. Don't be afraid. Don't let your ego, don't let pride stop you from shifting or making a change in direction or change in attitude, change an upgrade or increasing your commitment level. Be faithful in the right things. Don't be stubborn in the wrong things. If you want to be successful, no matter what it is, again, this goes across the board. If you have a problem with procrastinating, for example, you have been sitting on your dreams, you've been sitting on your goals, you've been sitting on your gifts and talents that you are supposed to serve the world, and you have a financial situation or financial issues that you're dealing with. Your stubbornness, your laziness, your unwillingness to get up and move and take the right course of action over a consistent period of time. It could be short term and or long term. You're going to live a life that you will continue to regret. Change your mind and you'll change your life. Change your behaviors to do the better things or the best things, and you'll change from doing the wrong things. Never give up is a great quote, a great statement. That's only when you're facing situations, circumstances, or conditions, opponents, obstacles, or opposition that is trying to hinder you from achieving the stated goals that are good, that are noble, that are purposeful and intentional. But in that process, you are actually learning what to give up. That waste of time. Sometimes you have to change your friends. You have to change relationships. You have to become a better person. You have to give up bad habits that that are not good for improved health results and outcomes. Your financial situation, if you don't improve your knowledge, your financial knowledge, you will never get better. So you have to give up one thing in order to gain the other or the opposite of it. That choice is yours, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about. So there are 6 core reasons. Actually, it's going to be 7 things I'll talk to you about how to press forward. So number 1, you are closer than you think. Closer to what? Closer to your victory, closer to your success, closer to your expected outcome if you stay on that path. All of this is not deep. There's certain levels of this conversation that are deep, or this topic that are deep, but most people don't even get past the shoreline, don't even make it to shore first. Imagine standing before a body of water, maybe a lake, maybe an ocean, maybe the sea. Before you launch out into the deep, generally, I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about getting on a boat or anything. Even then, it still matters. It still applies. You have to start on the shoreline. You have to start right where you are. Appreciate that vast body of water and its potential. Its potential to provide comfort and peace, or its potential to harm you if you don't understand it. Appreciate the shoreline. You appreciate the safety that is provided. You appreciate stability that is provided. Then you start walking out into the shallow end. Now, that's a whole different topic. I'm going to talk about that another time. But you're closer to your victory or the success or the outcome that you desire as you travel on that path that was designed for you. So don't quit. This is where you don't quit. Give up the old mentality. Give up the fear. Give up the comforts that you are normally, the comforts that you normally experience that keeps you or hinders you from moving forward in what it is you want to do, what you're supposed to do. Number two, pain has a purpose. I did not like a lot of the pain I experienced in my life. At the time, based on what I was thinking, based on some of the experiences, the growing pains to become a better person, to improve my character, um, the growing pains I experienced when I was pursuing different business objectives, when I was in multi-level marketing, and I would go and travel sometimes from meeting to meeting. I would make investments in tapes and other learning materials so that I can grow my knowledge of the products and services we provide, so I could become a better salesman and a better presenter to my potential customers or clients, referrals. It was painstaking sometimes because I was giving a lot, but I wasn't receiving. All of us want our payday, whatever that may look like to you. Most of the time it's financial, but all of us want our payday. And so going through that path, going through that pain of personally growing and developing, learning skills that will later serve me and is in a process of serving me today so that I can become better at serving others, is still a growing process. Let me make this very clear, I do not enjoy the pain. But if it's necessary, then it's pain that is necessary for my growth and development. And so we must decide to give up the comforts of the norms that we have built for ourselves at times, or at times been built for us. And we must decide, hey, listen, I'm going to become that better person. I'm going to work out, even though it don't make me feel good, though it doesn't feel good. If I do this over a certain period of time, my energy will improve, my health will improve. I will see the physical results in my body, the changes that will go through. It's painstaking at times, but it's purposeful pain, which turns it into a joy, the outcome. Number three, you're being watched. Your legacy matters. All of us are being watched, whether we know it or not, whether we are aware of it or not. Somebody is watching us. There was a time when I was working on a job at a restaurant, and I was at that moment I was cleaning up the restaurant early in the morning before our customers, before we got busy, and a couple, a man and his wife, a husband and wife, called me over to the table and they asked me a question kind of out of the blue. They said, "Are you a Christian?" I said, "Well," "why do you ask?" And they said, "Because I can see it in your work ethic, how you carry yourself, how you manage this and how you manage that." And I said, "Yes, I am. Thank you." They knew who I was, or they could not knew who I was, but they could identify certain characteristics or traits in me, simply based on my work ethic, because of their knowledge and experience in that area of Christendom. They saw something in the way I carried myself on my job without me even opening my mouth. And I give God the credit for that, of course. And I do pat myself on the back for doing my part, but God gets the glory. That's another topic for another day. But anyway, for those of you who watch my videos, y'all should know by now. And if you don't know, the principles that I teach here are based on the Bible. I'm not going to preach to you all the time per se, but those are the principles I use for me, for my level, for my success, my guiding principles, my guiding light. Okay. So if that's not for you, this channel may not be for you either. But thank you for stopping by. And for those of you who remain, thank you for that as well. Now, you're being watched. People are watching you. You may not like that, but it doesn't change it. So give up the idea that you are fully in control of your life. You control every single facet of it, or you want to. It does not work that way. Let's go on to number 4. The enemy wants you to quit. What is your enemy? It could be a person. It could be a group of people. It could be your own self. You could be an enemy against your own growth, your own success because you're afraid. You could actually be your own worst enemy or your own best friend. You must choose to let that person go. Never give up. That's the case. You must give up that type of mindset. You must give up those habits or characteristics that are hindering you from doing, and having. Again, if you want to go through life, you just want to exist, you want to coast until you meet your maker, that's up to you. But for those of you who are challenged with, where do I go from here? How do I become better? What steps do I need to take? And how do I resist quitting in the right way, quitting in the right while I'm on the right path versus quitting with the wrong? Make a decision. Weigh the pros and cons. Decide, listen, I want to be a better homemaker. I want to be the best employee I can be. I want to find the right job. I want to provide for my family. I want to get married. I want to give to charitably to this organization or that organization, whatever it is. Let go of the reins of failure that are holding you back. Let go of past regrets. Forgive yourself and or forgive others. That can be a hindering factor as well. I didn't say you have to become best friends with those persons. I'm saying if you want to move forward, there are things you must give up. The enemy wants you to quit because your success is his failure or their failure or her failure. So you must persist. You must dig deep. See, don't look at the obstacles as opposition to destroy you and to fail you. Look at obstacles as opportunities for you to step up higher and to become better and to become stronger and to become wiser and become a person of endurance, a person of strength and power, a person of faithfulness, a person who is deeply rooted and grounded. Don't let it break you. Let it help make you. Number 5, your assignment is bigger than you. That's the key here. This is the big picture right here. This makes everything else work. When you realize, when you become aware that your assignment on this planet is much bigger than just you. I know there are people, I have friends who talk about this. They would rather be off an island or in the mountains somewhere by themselves. For a season or for certain times, I can see that. That makes perfect sense to me. I would like to do that. I love the mountains. I would love to be on a body of water on a boat somewhere looking at just me in the ocean. Looking at the starry night under a cool breeze. I would love that. But that's not going to be my entire life. I wasn't put here for me. I know. This is why I'm doing these videos. Because I know there's at least one person I can impact that's going to change their lives. There's going to be at least one of you who's going to listen to the words that I say. And you're going to do something. You're going to change your life or this may be confirmation for you. You needed to hear this. That giving up the right thing is the wrong act, and giving up the wrong things is the right act. You needed to hear that for you to prepare to the level of success you are destined to be on. It's just one of those stops you made, one of the moments that changed your life forever. So I know at least one person. I believe there's more, but at least one person's life is going to change. So I have to do my part. I'm not here for Darius. So keep that in mind. When you feel like quitting and you know you're on the right path, okay? Or you get confirmation that you're on the right path. Keep this in mind. When you don't feel like doing the right thing, do it anyway. When the conditions are not favorable, do it anyway. When it's uncomfortable or inconvenient, do it anyway. The more you persist, the more you win. Number 6, God hasn't given up on you. Why do I say that? Because it's simply the truth. Because God has already seen your entire lifespan from cover to cover, right? And so He knows what you're capable of, why you were placed here on this earth. None of us are here for nothing. We were all put here to solve a problem. It is our job to discover that problem, to seek and to discover what that problem is that we were meant to solve. It could be it's not just one problem, it's a series of problems throughout the course of our lives. We were put here to make an impact in the lives of others. We were also put here to have our lives impacted by others. Those experiences, all those spirit experiences interconnected, helps us all help each other to achieve our purpose if we so choose. So yes, you have a purpose for your life, man or woman. If you consider suicide, cast that thought aside. Give up on that thought. Yeah, you have value. You just have to discover it. It's not a mystery. You just have to be willing to discover it and to believe it. And then you must choose to also act on that. Life is choice driven. So God won't make you live his way. I know some people say, oh, all life is predetermined and you don't really have a choice in the matter. Every decision is already made. They can go on believing that, but you don't have to. Life truly is choice driven. Just because God knows the future does not mean he's orchestrating it against our will. You do have choices to make. And one day, we're going to all be fully aware of that. Fully. For better or for worse. As I get ready to close this video, I hope you're keeping this in mind. Don't give up on the right things, but give up on the wrong things. What am I talking about? Here's some things you should quit. Quitting is not a bad thing if you're quitting the right things. Give up the need for it to be easy, for life to be easy. I know. That's one of the things that hurt me in my career. Now I'm turning that. I had decided to turn that into a plus for me. Things don't have to be easy for me. There are easy times, there are easy moments, but my entire life experience will not be easy. I accept that now. You understand? Number 2, give up the version of success that isn't tied to your purpose. Not all success is good. Not all good things are good for you. Forget the bad stuff. Every opportunity, every good opportunity out there is not meant for you to partake in or for you to experience. So give that up. Give up self-sabotaging cycles and comfort addictions. We keep trying to find the easy thing. For example, we went through COVID. The government made it very easy for a lot of people to be comfortable and to stay home instead of going to work. So people could show up to work in their pajamas because that's how they want to do things. They were allowed to it, and then it became comfortable. Why get dressed up? Why go to work? So when the COVID restrictions were lifted, everybody was told to go back to work. A lot of people still didn't go. Some companies didn't make it a demand either. But you had a lot of people. We produced a culture of lazy and in some cases unproductive people. Because that's easy. It's not difficult. It's not challenging. Self-sabotaging. Hanging with the wrong people. Watching the wrong things. Participating in the wrong activities that is not conducive to your purpose, to your assignment in life. That's all unproductive. Give it up. If you want what you say you want, you have to give those things up. Yes, I know it's tough. Yeah, you knew John for 20 years. But John ain't going nowhere. He don't want to go nowhere. He don't want to improve. He don't want to be better. He don't want to help others or serve others. He just wants to serve himself. John wants to live like he's still in high school. Michelle just wants to still stay and be like a high school Barbie. She don't want any better. You got to let her go. Got to let him go. That job you've been in for 35 years. And you know within your heart This is nothing more than a paycheck to you. There's something that you should have been doing, and the window of opportunity has not closed yet, and you're struggling. Should I go ahead and pull the trigger? Should I go ahead and decide to go and do it? Either you have to quit your job now, you're capable, you're financially stable enough, you can do that, or you can do both. Get started on that business, or go work that other job, or make that connection. The longer you delay, the harder and more difficult it's going to be. So why? Give up the fear. Embrace the courage in spite of the fear, and move forward. Make the right decision. Give up fighting battles God never told you to fight. You know, there's a scripture that says God will not put more on us than we can bear. He didn't say he wouldn't put more on us that we are unwilling to bear. And neither does the scripture say people won't put more on themselves than they're able to bear. That's God's part. What about your part? Why are you adding more to your list of tasks or assignments or things to do, your to-do list? Just because you have a lot of things to do, just because you're multi-talented or you can multitask, does not mean you should. Learn to master where you are and to master the things you're supposed to master. So tell me, what's one thing, and I want you really to consider this, and please leave it in the comments, leave some ideas, leave some thoughts in the comments about this. What's one thing you've been holding on to that God didn't call you to? That you don't believe, what is it? Let me say it again. What's one thing you've been holding on to that God didn't call you to? And what are you refusing to quit that's costing you clarity or peace? What are you holding on to that's costing you your marriage relationship, or costing you a successful relationship with your children, or with your parents, or with your friends, or your career? What? If you want to move forward, give up the things that are destroying you and or those that you love, and embrace the things and never give them up, that which you're supposed to. Your purpose, your assignment, that dream, that business idea, that relationship, whatever that is. Don't give up on the success principles. Give up on the principles that have led to your failures. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Maximize the moment.